friends, day 6. We are back at it, or I guess I should say still at it. We do have a different glass. Super excited. I forgot we bought this in Belgium at the big beer wall store. And it's Delirium, and it's so, their logo is a pink elephant, and so the stem is a trunk, which is really neat. So hopefully that glass pours a little better than one of the other ones we've been using. So for day 6, we have...
I really like this brewery.
I know.
Triple now though, the Flow Street. There's been like 4 or 5 beers of this one so far.
I think that's the 3rd.
Yeah.
Because we're only on day 6.
Yeah.
We just don't like this brewery so far.
Browns, yeah.
Yeah, because it was the sour brown. It was the cherry, and now this one. So I have high hopes for this one. It's a triple.
I like triples, yeah.
Yeah, I have high hopes.
Alright, you want to give me a pour?
Yeah. Fingers
Out of the
crossed.
glass, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So I can blame it on the other glass. That pour wasn't as good.
It's alright.
Okay, gonna swirl. Not too aggressive, remember, not too much. You swirled too much that one time.
Just like that, not enough.
Just a little bit, yeah. It's pretty. It made like a little tornado in there. I don't know. I don't have the highest hopes for this.
I think it smells like a triple.
Does it? Okay.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
That was good.
Okay,
I like
actually,
it.
yeah. There's kind of a weird aftertaste, but it's definitely like the best out of this brewery that we've had.
I think it has a weird aftertaste.
You don't think
I like
so?
it. No, it's good.
Maybe I am. I will say, if you watched my other video, the like get to know me video, I mentioned that I'm sick, and I definitely am sick right now. I have a cold, so that could be some of it. Like, I've been drinking water and tea all day, so my palate's a little off. So that could be part of it too. So this might not be a totally fair rating, but we'll still try. So for today, because I'm feeling not super great, I just have like some questions for us to answer about like living in Germany. So what do you like best about living in Germany?
I mean, I think it's, yeah, for me it's pretty obvious. It's like the proximity to all the places.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was
the
gonna
fact that you
say.
can just like fly to London for the weekend.
Yeah, it was a 45-minute flight, friends.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it's all about being in Europe.
yeah, and I mean, like I do think like over time it'll get old. Like, I mean, it's because it's just like, yeah, you can fly to London in 45 minutes, but then you have to fly like an hour and a half to get to the mountains. And I think over time that's gonna get old to me.
We used to live about, what, like 45-minute drive from the mountains? About a 45-minute drive
Yeah.
from the mountains for skiing. And so, yeah.
It's like an hour and a half for skiing, but still you could do it, you know.
And we could hike right out our door.
Mountain
We
bike.
could backpack out our door, mountain bike out the door.
like-
So, yes, it's a very different lifestyle than what we used to live in Washington, for sure.
And like I'm struggling with like how to stay in shape because like all the things I used to do, and like I think in the summer it'll be a little different because like there are some mountain biking things.
And it's harder because it gets dark at like 4 p.m., right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you can't go anywhere in the morning because it's dark. You can't go anywhere at night because it's dark.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So I
okay.
think like the summer will be more fun for like around here. It's actually very pretty place, but like for the next couple of years as we like tick all of our boxes for all the places we want to go, it's going to be super exciting. But I do think after enough time passes, like we're going to miss the mountains and the outdoors and that kind of lifestyle.
The ease of getting to those things, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So does that fall into your, what do you dislike most about living in Germany as well?
I think like, yeah, just the not having proximity to the mountains and the hills and stuff like that. Like,
I think what I dislike most about it is just city living in general. And it's honestly one of the things I like about it the most too. The access I have to everything. I don't have a car and I don't feel like I need a car, which is great. but I dislike all the city noise. It's really there. There's sirens all the time. People are honking their horns. They're yelling. We live in an old building because all the buildings are old, and so the insulation isn't the best. So you hear everything. So it's very different than kind of the quieter life we were living before, and the quiet life I kind of long for as far as like country lifestyle. But that's why we did this, is to do city living. So it's like a double-edged sword, because I love living in the city and I dislike living in the city. So it's like, all right, what does your daily life look like, and how has moving affected your work?
I'd say my daily life really isn't that much different.
I don't think it's much
My
different.
commute's a little longer than it used to be, but really I go
Yeah.
into work. I mean, I think I go in a little later and leave a little later
Yeah.
on average. I actually think my daily commute I like better. Is like I like my routine. Like every morning I walk downstairs and I like grab a little bit sandwich from the bakery.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I know I'm gonna really miss, is that like I love this, like there's like the street we live on, there's like 10 bakeries on it.
Yeah,
And
welcome
then
to
we
Germany.
work-
There's bakeries everywhere.
Yeah, and I mean the coffee sucks, but like
Yeah, it does.
I love just like walking downstairs and like having this, like basically this bakery is just like I walk out my door and I'm there.
Yeah,
And it's
city
like-
living.
And it's open at, at 4 a.m. And so like regardless of when I wake up, I go there and like the lady knows me now and knows to like bag all of my like whatever I have. I always get it in one bag so I don't waste.
Aww.
And so
Thank
she
you.
like
That was
knows
pretty
that.
cool. Appreciates that.
It's just fun because it's like, oh, like this is my pantry. Like just
Yeah.
that mindset
Well, and
of
it's
like,
so cheap here too.
yeah.
Like I was under the impression that it was gonna be very, very expensive, so I was very worried.
It depends what you pick though. Like
I mean, yeah, there's
So
expensive
the-
options. Like that's true.
Well, I think it's really pretty simple. The distinction is if you're going out to eat, the prices are comparable and probably
That's-
more expensive than
that's
the
true.
US or Washington.
Well, unless you're getting pizza. Freaking pizza is so
Well,
cheap
yeah.
over here. That's amazing.
Like the grocery stores and the bakeries, like for food, it's like super cheap. Yeah, like I typically get like a whole sandwich and like a croissant for €3. Like typically
Yeah.
what I spend every morning for breakfast. Certain products are pretty cheap. Like you can get salami and cheese.
Oh, the cheese is so cheap
Like, really
here.
cheap.
Like
Wow.
brie is so cheap and so good. What's been the biggest change?
It's the mountains of it. I mean, the outdoor, like that level of just like physical activity that I do on a day-to-day basis has gone down a lot. Like I just don't ever, yeah, I mean, I just don't ever get to get out and really get a good exercise in.
My biggest change is actually the exact opposite, is I'm way more active in my daily life than I was before, because I don't have a car, because everything's within walking distance, and because we live on an upper floor. I mean, I'm walking 61 steps up into our apartment every day carrying a 14-month-old. I mean, she's 20 some pounds, and I carry her every day because she can't do stairs like on her own, so it's easier to carry her than it is to like hold her and walk up the stairs. Usually if I'm carrying groceries too. And so then I'm, strolling her around the city. Everywhere has stairs. I'm going to the gym almost every day, just because I have kinder care, so I can like leave her somewhere for an hour safely and she can play and I can have peace and quiet for an hour, even if it is to work out. So like we're doing the exact opposite, where I'm getting a lot of physical activity, but it's different physical activity than I would like choose. But it's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it. Like walking around the city is great. What does community look like there? So I say our community looks like our expat family. That's our community. So it's still very American.
I just think it's like when just like moving to Washington. When we moved to Washington, there was a lot of people who had just relocated there from the Midwest and from from
Right,
all
exactly.
places.
So it was like a built-in friend group, and that's kind of what we have
moved
here.
into here. So it's like
We're very lucky
we're
that
very fortunate, yeah, and it's
everyone
also,
gets along and we all like each
Yeah.
other.
and
So
yeah, and so I think that's been most of it. Like I've been trying to reach out to some of the Germans, but I think like a lot of the Germans that we've met and that I've interacted with, like don't live in the exact city that we live in,
right.
or are older and have families, and I don't think it's as common. I think one thing I've learned is that like if you have a young kid in Germany, a lot of times they don't do anything.
Right.
I think it's much more common until your kids become 7, 8, 9. Like I've heard a lot of times Germans will just like basically not do anything. They just stay home.
Huh. Well, if you are German and you are watching, please let us know your take on that, because we're learning and we're trying to fit in. Obviously, we're going to continue to try and reach out to people and do things, because that's kind of how it is in America, is you still put in the effort to go do things if you want. That's more the culture there. So I'm curious to learn, if you're German or if you know about the German culture, if that's an accurate representation of what we're seeing. What is your favorite food?
In Germany?
Yeah. What's your favorite? Well, yes. What's your favorite food here?
Favorite that I hear. I just think just generally speaking, I like the bakeries a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's just that's like.
What's your favorite thing at the bakery?
Well, I like, generally speaking, I really like the cheese croissants and chocolate croissants.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. And I actually really like the little white bread broochens.
Those are Zoe's favorite. The they're just plain white buns.
I like how everywhere you go, like they'll give you, like every time I bring Zoe to really anywhere, like especially the bakeries.
They give her a bun.
They give her like a little warm bun.
And it is like her best day ever. Zoe loves Germany because they give her buns, and I get one for her every time we go grocery shopping too, because it gives her something to do and eat, and she's a monster about food, so this is perfect, because whenever we go into a grocery store, even if she's just eating, she yells because she wants to eat the food. The other day she bit through a kiwi. She like ate her way through the skin of a kiwi that I gave her to hold on to. Girlfriend's crazy. So now I've just started getting her one of these little like buns or whatever. And the other day it was so funny. She ate her way into it and then realized the middle was the really good part, because the outside's kind of hard. And she made a hole and jammed her hand in there and started picking out the soft bread inside and eating it. So it looked like just like a mouse had gotten into the bread. It was really funny. Okay, my favorite food is also at the bakeries. The Flammkuchen, flame cakes. Literally just like oval shaped small pizzas with like a white sauce, some cheese, and then like speck.
And they are really good.
Oh my god.
They're never there at night.
They're like €1. Yeah, because everyone buys them. If I don't get to the grocery store where they have them in time in the bakery, they're all gone. And if I want one, that's like the worst day ever.
What's
if they don't
like
have
one
any.
by usually?
Probably like 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if there's only 2 left, I buy them both. They are so good. What do you miss most about like America? Mountains.
Yeah.
I miss talking to strangers, and I didn't even realize I missed it until I went to London, where I could converse with a cab driver. I miss being able to just talk to people in the street and just having no language barrier. That's what I miss the most. All right.
Yeah, I think like too, it's just like knowing, it's like kind of combination of those two. It's like I miss going to like, all the people are really important too, and like
well, obviously, like this goes without saying that like we miss like our family back in Washington, like our friend family and stuff. Like obviously we miss them. They are what we miss the most. But just this is beyond like an answer besides that, because they are clearly what we miss the most. And that doesn't take away from our experience here with the people we've met and the friends we made here, because we love the friends we've made here too. So it's just, I can't talk about the friends in Washington, missing them, it's too much.
I like too that like I remember when we left Washington, it was like I couldn't go downtown, I couldn't go skiing, I couldn't go mountain biking without running into someone new.
Yeah.
And it was just like we had built up such like a network of people that we knew, and it just really felt like home. Like it felt like we were home.
Yeah, but that took 7 years.
Yeah.
So we've been here a month, so let's give it some time.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that wraps up kind of our expat questions. Hopefully you found some of that interesting. If you have any like questions for us about living in Germany, or any like expat related questions, that we can try and answer for you, we'd love to do that. So please leave a comment down below, and just let us know. Shall we rate the beer?
Yeah, I really liked it.
I actually really enjoyed it too.
I'd probably give it like an 8 or a 9.
I would say a solid 7.
I'd give it an 8. That was really good. I would just sit and drink that. That was good.
I kind of was sad when mine ran out, to be honest.
Yeah, that was definitely the best one so far.
Yeah, they should probably stick to their triples. I don't know. Yeah. We're probably going to get something else from that brewery in there too, so let's wait and see. But
yeah, that was good.
I really enjoyed that beer. I'll give it a solid 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that wraps up the vlog for today. Make sure and stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll continue our beer fun. So if you haven't seen any of the other advent calendars, make sure and jump back and watch those. Like we said at the beginning, this is day 6. So, and we'll continue on through day 24. So make sure and hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow us on Snapchat and Instagram, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.